Afternoon, we got some shipping to do. I was thinking about this morning. Somebody told me that these are repetitive. These lives they commented on. It's like you do the same thing over and over. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly the point. I think everybody thinks success is like these big quick wins, these big fancy victories. That's not what success is. It's doing the same thing over and over every day and getting better at it and getting faster at it and getting more efficient at it and getting smarter about it, right? And then just building. I mean, that's what this is. So every day we go live, just about every day. I skipped yesterday. Sorry. We had a lot of stuff going on, a lot of moving parts. Sometimes you just got to do that. But we ship our orders out. We try to teach every single day, right? We try to learn every single day, but that's what success is. This person was like shaming me that I do the same thing live every day. I'm like, that, yeah, that's what owning your own freaking business is all about. You do the same thing every day and just keep doing it and keep getting better. So we're gonna ship some items out today. We got 6 orders on eBay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 orders on eBay for 6 total units. We got a couple of Poshmark sales too. We already have 20 packages out in the front porch. Thanks to everyone who supported the Whatnot show last night. We had 35 auctions. We sold 42 total items. So altogether, we have 50 items going out the door today, 50 units sold. That's pretty good. And that's going to be a grand total of 27 packages, for 50 units. So solid day over here. Hope everyone's having a good day too. Let's get to work. If you have questions about reselling and all that, let me know. Thanks everyone for tapping the screen. We got 575 likes on TikTok already. I appreciate that. Hitting the like button, hitting the thumbs up, the heart button, all that stuff helps me out. Say hello down below too. I love to hear from you. Love to hear what's going on with your reselling business. If there's problems, there's challenges that we can tease out, let's talk about them. Also, if you're watching this on a recording, all these lives are available on recording. As soon as this ends, you can rewatch it, rewind it, go back to something you missed, whatever it might be. You can find those recordings on YouTube and Facebook. I have the same name. Links to everything is up above. You'll find all the different platforms. We also just wrapped up the first part of the live on TikTok. We went out to the garage. I'm going to try to do that like once a week and go out to the garage, pick the order so you can see the way that I organize and stay organized, or try to stay organized with everything. So I'll try to do that once a week over on TikTok, just because TikTok's I go live on the phone. That's my word for phone, or my sign language for phone. So I'm able to pull the phone out there and we're able to pick orders and all that stuff. So if you want to watch those, I'm going to start doing those a little bit more. All right, let's get to work. What are we doing first? Poshmark or eBay? Poshmark or eBay? Thank you, Mary. Appreciate that. Is Whatnot a big portion of income, or would you still resell without it? I didn't get onto Whatnot until last July, and had been reselling for 5 years prior to that. But Whatnot has been really good for my business. Yeah, I do more units now on Whatnot than any other platform. And I think it has the biggest opportunity for growth. Thanks, Mary. I appreciate all your positive energy. Thank you so much. Thank you for the gifts, y'all. What is that? Alice Sue with the gift. Thank you. And thanks for tapping that screen up there on TikTok. I appreciate that. All right. eBay or Poshmark first? I don't think we got any votes. Just nobody. We're indifferent. eBay. Thanks, Sales Shed. eBay. All right. First up is a Kula Bar shirt. That's not it. There it is. Brand new with tags, men's size, medium. I found 2 of these at the thrift store, almost side by side. They were on the same rack. I paid $5 a piece. One sold yesterday for $27 plus shipping. One sold today for full asking price, $29 plus shipping. I picked both of them up about a month ago at the thrift store. It's funny that they sold on like back-to-back days after sitting there, but that's what's happening this time of year. These like techie, moisture wicking UPF. This is like UPF 50 UV protection. These types of shirts really start picking up right now. February 15th is kind of when I always say they start turning on, and then March 1st they really crank up. March 1st and March 15th, it's like full bore. Forget about it. Let's rock. So this is going to go in a 9x12 poly bag. It's going out eBay, so we're going to throw it on the scale and get this shipped out. We're going to print all our eBay labels right through eBay using eBay's USPS discount. We might do a pirate ship order today too. That suit or that blazer might go pirate ship actually, so we'll check that out. Do you ever have big losses on Whatnot with starting at $1? I feel like last night I had a few items that basically sold at my cost, but when you're selling on Whatnot, like I shouldn't say when you are selling on Whatnot. as we've started selling on Whatnot, we're changing our mindset from profit per unit and changing our mindset to profit per show. How much money can we make in tonight's show? So part of putting on these shows is sometimes I'll spend up for items, like really nice, cool items that I want y'all to have that help improve the show. And sometimes they sell for about what I paid for or a few dollars less, but I'm not really worried about that at the end of the day. This stuff comes in the door and out the door so fast that, yeah, like last night we sold 42 items. They're all 20 boxes are out on the front porch right now. And
keep it.
I picked that one up yesterday.
This is whatever was in this bucket.
Oh no, yeah, just keep it. We'll list it. Kim found a little flaw on a sport coat. So yeah, the idea is it's like you don't even have time to think about profit per unit when you're selling. Last night was a small show. We sold 42 items. Like I don't even have time to think about profit per units. Like how much did we make last night on the show? So that's kind of the thought process there. So sometimes you put stuff out there and you're like, wow, it's a 20-second auction. So sometimes people aren't paying attention. They're letting the dog out. They're putting the kids to bed. And they missed out on an item that they really wanted. They didn't bid on it and it went cheap. I mean, that's what happens. So we don't really worry about that too much. Although at the beginning, we probably worried about it a little bit more than we do now.
Yes.
But now it's just like, hey, whatever, move on. We got another show to set up and we're going to try to make profit for that show. So this cooler bar is going to weigh in at 10 ounces. It's going to go at a 12-ounce rate, USPS first class. It's going to be $5.07 going from Asheville to Glenside, Pennsylvania. Do we have Pennsylvania in the house today? Where do you get your postcard thank yous? Vistaprint. I've been doing all my printing, business cards like these or these cards, all that stuff. I've been ordering stuff like that from Vistaprint since 2003, I think was my first order through Vistaprint. Any kind of printing that I do, I go through Vistaprint. It's cheap, it's fast. They have a lot of templates on there too to make things easy if you need to design something. Thanks, Juan. Appreciate your order. A little cooler bar action going out the door for you. Nice little springtime shirt. If you don't know that brand, write that one down. It's a decent brand. I'd say the used stuff is usually going to sell for right around $20. That was brand new. It sold for $29. Similar brand right here. Oh, is that a Poshmark sale? Never mind. We'll skip that one. Here's not a big hitter. Don't go running out of this live picking up every Façonnable that you ever come across. That's definitely not what I do. I pass on 99% of Façonnable. It's a French brand, and this sold for $18 plus shipping, full asking price. I picked it up because it's a decent size and a size large, but check out that pattern. I was like, somebody's got to come across this shirt. They're going to want it. There's not going to be much competition on this shirt because it's, yeah, just a different, not very common color. I've never seen that colorway on Façonnable. I've seen thousands of those pieces over the years. So out the door, $18, not huge profit. I paid $5, sold for $18, but it fills up the cart, keeps the eBay store moving. And this is going out to, I don't know how to say this name, Melchior. Thank you, Melchior. Appreciate it. This is going to go on the scale. That's going to ship out at a 12-ounce rate also. Yep. What kind of items are you taking now for consignment, spring, summer, or what season? Definitely focusing now as of this week. I ran a spring kickoff show last night for a reason. It is time. That stuff's really starting to sell right now. So we're looking for springtime stuff for consignment. We're looking for items that consistently sell on eBay or Poshmark for $25 plus shipping or more. So I'm not looking for Ping golf polos, for example. We're looking for stuff that has a consistent sales history of $25 or more that sells on eBay or Poshmark. In-demand brands that people know, that they like. Think about the North Faces, the Patagonias of the world, the Johnny Was, stuff like that. Not like kind of rare brands that people don't really know about. Like we don't do a lot of link sole on Whatnot because a lot of people really don't know link sole too much. Will we sell link sole if it's a really nice piece on Whatnot? Sure, especially if it's new with tags or something. But that's an example of a brand. It's a really good brand for eBay and Poshmark. But when in a live auction setting, you need items that people like. You need a lot of people in the live to know about that brand, to bid that brand up. So if you have questions about consignment, let me know. There's more details about consignment at consignment.chris@peak.com, or click a link above or below. You'll find my website. You'll find the consignment link. It's easy. I know you can do it. Minimum number is 8, and that minimum number that we accept per package is for your benefit, Cindy, not really for our benefit, because we know if you ship us 2 items, it's gonna cost you about $8 to ship those 2 items. But if you ship us 10 items, it'll probably cost you maybe the same $8 or $9 to ship those items, maybe 12, right? So your cost per unit for you, as the consignee, is gonna be a lot less, and we wanna help you make money too. That's what this is all about. It's helping you move items really quickly. We take a cut of that action. You get most of it. We take 30%. You keep 70%. Next up is this link sole. It's sold on eBay. Brand new with tags for a best offer of $35 plus shipping. 35 plus shipping. These golf polos are really heating up for us over here. Every day we're shipping out golf polos. Today this is already 2, and we have a third one that we'll ship out too. This is going to go out at 8-ounce rate. It's going in a 9x12 poly bag. It's going USPS. Ground Advantage. We're clicking the label through eBay. Are you taking new tags, bathing suits now? Cindy, if it was an in-demand brand, like a hot brand that people know about, and it had a consistent sales history of $25 or more on eBay, I'd consider it. You can just shoot me over a picture of the item so I can get an idea of what we're looking at here. But it would be hard for me to just answer that like really vaguely. Chris, I sold a bright orange Façonnable short sleeve yesterday. Let's go, Kit Kat. Let's go. What size was it? Why not sell on Amazon.com? Most of what I sell is used, like pre-owned clothing. Where do you get your postcards? Okay, we already got that one. So Link Soul, this is going out to, I don't know how to say this name, Thuyan? Thank you. So this is going to Alabama. Owens Crossroads is the name of the town in Alabama. Sounds like the country. $4.31 on that shipping label. Hope everyone's having a good day. How are sales? What's moving? What's going on? What are you finding out there in the wild? For the last month of, really the last couple months, I've been doing better in the short sleeve section of the thrift stores because, the consumers who I'm competing against, people who are looking to buy for themselves, they haven't been buying that stuff. So I've been doing good in the short sleeve section. I think that's about to flip. I think the long sleeves are about to be the good sections at the thrift stores, and the short sleeves are going to be, where it's going to be competitive and all that. Do you pick up J. Crew at all? Probably 0.01% J. Crew. Like, I'm trying to think. Jay Hayes sent me an example of a J. Crew that he picked up today. It was a vintage leather bomber jacket, right? He picked that up. That's the kind of thing that you're looking for J. Crew. Just got done at a rich area Goodwill. Let's go, Zach. Let us know a couple of finds you had over there. I'd love to hear about that. Size large and $18. Also paid $3.36. Nice sale. Nice sale. I like that. $3.36 and $18. I'll take that all day. I like that. Bread and butter at its finest. Okay. That one's out the door. Next up is Callaway. I shared an Instagram post about this. If you're not following on Instagram and Facebook, I actually posted it on YouTube as well. Give me a follow over there. There's links to all the stuff. It's the same name. But I try to share regular sales. I'd say 4 to 5 days a week. I'm sharing something like a recent sale or a negotiation or something like that. Something to try to teach. Anyway, Callaway, men's size 2 extra large, quarter zip. So this is like a little pullover piece. I don't pick up the golf polos unless I can get them for like $1. I've done that at garage sales before. But these I pick up, sold for $24 plus $8.95 shipping. So the buyers all in for $33. This is going to go at a 2-pound rate. So we're going to see what's going to be the best option, either priority or ground advantage. We'll see. Yes, sir. This is going to Eric in West Virginia. Ground advantage on this is going to be $6.12. Priority $6.91. I'll pay my in these. I'm just going to put it in a poly bag, which cost me about 8 cents a piece. So we'll do that. We'll take the ground advantage. This is going to go in a 12 by 15 poly bag, a little bit bigger on this one. So $6.12 is the shipping on this. Thanks everyone for hanging out, spending a little bit of your day, sharing it with Kim and I. Kim's taken some photos of suits and blazers, which is literally, aside from like Whatnot, where we've sold a little bit of everything, all we've done over the last couple of weeks is list suits and blazers, which is a slow, not super fun, a lot of measurements, a lot of photos. Not a fun process, but they sell for good money, and we're almost done. This is the last bin of blazers, and I picked up a couple new ones yesterday at the thrift store that we got a list. New tags: Nike, Golf, Youth, North Face. For Kittison, nice. I don't sell over there in Kittison. Have you been doing well over there? BKE jeans, Torrid, Disney, Hurley shorts. Let's go, Zach. Calling out, brother. Appreciate it. Appreciate you sharing. All right, out the door on that one. $6.12 was the shipping label. $5.24 plus shipping. Next up, I'm actually going to skip this order. I think I might have put the size wrong on this shirt that I sold. Either that or I just grabbed the wrong shirt when I was at the garage. I'm going to go sort that out later. But I'm going to just move on now to Poshmark. But that was a 2-pack of Brooks Brothers shirts. People tell me Brooks Brothers doesn't sell. Well, 2 shirts Brooks Brothers sold to one buyer today. Brooks Brothers doesn't sell. That's what people tell me all the time. They told me Fascinoble doesn't sell. Fascinoble doesn't sell today too. Somebody told me that on an Instagram post, or what was it? No, it was a Facebook video. They told me that brand doesn't sell, and it's made by it's owned by Nordstrom, which it's actually not owned by Nordstrom anymore. They sold it in 2007, and that brand did sell today, like an hour after he left his comment. This brand is called Task. This is brand new with tags. If this was used, this is probably like a $16 to $20 item. If it's used, brand new, it sold for $27 over on Poshmark best offer. It's one of those like newer athleisure brands. I think this one, it's like a polyester cotton blend or a Pima cotton blend or something like that. It's going out to Miles. Thanks, Miles. Sold on Poshmark, $27. I love shipping on Poshmark because I can use these free USPS priority supplies. It's flat rate up to 5 pounds, so I don't have to weigh stuff. I don't have to like choose between different shipping options. It all goes priority. It's just easy. Gets to the customer fast, so they're happy. Poshmark, you've got it going on as far as I'm concerned. Thank you, Miles. Someone told me Alan Flusser doesn't sell. Look beyond the brand, y'all. Look beyond the brand. Callaway doesn't sell unless you pick the right Callaway. Sold a Callaway today. Sold a Fascinoble today. People tell me that doesn't sell. You just got to know the right things to pick. Started on Kittison Monday, no sales yet. So it's going great. Thinking of adding Mercari in March. Zach's getting all kinds of complicated really fast over there. Good for you, brother. Growing, changing, trying new things, learning. That's what it's all about. I love it. People tell me these things don't sell all the time too. Ralph Lauren. There it is, Ralph Lauren. Size 52R. 52% silk, 48% wool. So this thing has a lot going for it. So first things first, Ralph Lauren is a brand that I pick up a ton of suits and blazers from. Bigger sizes do better. 52R is a nice big size. That's like a 3XL type of size. And then when blazers have like a blend of silk and wool, they sell better for me. Not because they're necessarily more valuable like retail or more expensive retail. It's because they're not as common on places like eBay and Poshmark. The supply isn't as high. So that's why they tend to sell faster for me. And also the pattern on this, that's the other thing. So we got +1s everywhere. +1 on the size, +1 on the material, +1 on the pattern. And Ralph Lauren's a good brand anyway. So this sold in 48 hours. It sold on Poshmark. I took an offer of, I'll tell you, I forget. Took an offer of $37. I listed this probably for like $44. So took a $7 off offer and moved this thing in 48 hours. I paid $7 for this at a thrift store. So I put this in a 14 by 12 poly bag. This is my bigger bag. This is going out to Keene in Rhode Island. I'm going to go ahead and put this in a box, actually. So because it's going Poshmark, I can put it in whatever box I want to. You said that was wool silk. So yep, it was a 52% silk, 48% wool, which anytime you're picking up items, right, it's everyone wants to know brands, and brands is an important part of the formula, but it's a big, long formula. And in blazers, the most important parts of the formula are brand, size, material, pattern. Brand, size, material, pattern. They all have an impact on sell-through rate and average sale price. So that one had good on all parts of the formula, all plus ones. That's why that very common Ralph Lauren blazers are really, really common, right? But that's why that really, really common item sold is because the materials, the pattern, and the size made the supply a lot lower. Not all Ralph Lauren blazers are going to sell fast like that. That was a size 42 in just like a plain blue and 100% wool. I wouldn't expect it to sell in 2 days. It can, but on average, it's not going to do that. I'm 0% shocked that Ralph Lauren blazer sold as quick as it did. I also forgot to put the thank you card in here. Son of gun. That's 2 streams in a row that I forgot to put a thank you card in. I also did it last night too. On an order. That's okay. Thank you, Keen. Out the door. That's it. We're all packed up. Why did you fold the blazer inside out? Because all the things that people care about are on the outside. The buttons, like people care about the outside thing. So by folding it inside out, it keeps it protected from any possibility of it getting damaged along the way. That's also how I fold them when I put them in storage bins. When I take them out of these storage bins, when they're out in inventory, they're actually not they're not really wrinkly or anything. They kind of stay nice. See? And that's right there. And they stack up nicely right in these bins here for me. So, and the suits, like the pants will go right on top of them. So every step in the process, the things that could break or could get torn or could get stained, those things are on the inside. So when you're handling, when you have hundreds of suits and blazers in inventory, right, you want to create systems so that over and over and over, like say that system breaks down 1% of the time, and as you're carrying something, it gets a stain or it gets a snag, hits like the edge of a doorknob or a door handle or something like that. You create systems so that like things don't go wrong most of the time. So that's why they're inside out all the time, because as we're moving them around and doing stuff, it's going to limit the chances that those things get damaged along the way. And it doesn't take any more time to fold it inside out than right side out. Pablo, thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. Do you also resell? And if so, what sorts of stuff do you resell? How many items do you have in inventory? Good question. So we have a push that we started back in October, which is the Road to 1K, we're calling it. And Road to 1,000 total listings. We are currently at real-time numbers here, 983 listings. And that's for a grand total of 1,161 items in inventory. So we have some multi-quantity listings as part of that. That's why that second number is bigger. What's up, lots of posh? I'm about 800. Nice. Wherever you're at, whether you're at 25, I'm freaking proud of you, and that's awesome. Well, I'm all shipped out. What questions do you have? What things do you want to talk about? What's going on with your business? I'm here to help for a couple minutes if I can. If I can't, I'll just head on with my day. I think I might go do some thrifting. I got some time. Kim's got all this big stack of blazers over here. Oops. That stack right there, not big stack. It's probably 8 or 10 of them that she's been working on in the background here. And we have listed through about 6 bins of blazers over the last 2 or 3 weeks. It has just been a slog. Blazers and suits. Yesterday was 8 suits. Suits just take so long, but there's good profit on them. Where do you recommend to look for bulk buys? Where do you recommend to look for bulk buys? What sort of stuff do you sell HGH? Like, what are you targeting? What kind of stuff are you looking for? Do you notice eBay raising their fee from 0.3? No, I didn't notice that. That's interesting. That's true. Like the payment processing fee. eBay raises processing payment fee. Let's see what comes up on Google. Mm-hmm. Let's see, a little Reddit post here. eBay has announced with most categories increasing fees by 0.35%. That's 13.25 if you don't pay for a store subscription and 12.35 if you do. Well, the increase is small. It'll be interesting to see how. Okay. So they're saying they're increasing it by 0.35%. Raising in March. I got the message today. Oh, I never read any of their messages. It's never good news from them, or it's false promises. Most categories will see an increase from 12.9 to 13.25%. 12.9 to 13. So we're looking at a total increase of 0.35 percentage points, which would represent, let's see, 0.35 divided by 12.9. 0.35 divided by 12.9. So that represents a 2.7% increase in their fees. It's 10 cents. Oh, the article that I'm reading says that it's going up 12.9 to 13.25 for most categories. It doesn't say anything about an increase in the 30-cent per order fee, and this is on ecommercebytes.com. Afternoon, Andrew. What's up? But anyway, from what I'm reading, it looks like it's going up from 12.9 to 13.25, which would be a 2.7% increase in fees. So, cost of doing business. It never goes down. It always goes up. Jay Blackburn. So I live in Pinehurst and have access to so many golf shirts and top-notch brands. Peter Millar, RLX, Travis Matthew, Adidas, Nike, B. Draddy. I never list a polo or a pullover sweater for me. I never list a polo or pullover sweater for me than 30. Why is the stuff not selling like hotcakes considering I'm listing it at 80% off retail? Jay Blackburn, I think maybe you're saying I never list a pullover sweater for more than 30. Is that what you're trying to say? Are these new with tags or are they used? And do they all have Pinehurst logos on them? I probably need more information. Nike and Adidas for me are pretty, I mean, if you look up the resell or the sell-through rate on Adidas and Nike golf polos, it's going to be pretty low, and your average sale price on those is going to be pretty low too. So do your homework there. I don't pick up a lot of those personally, but the other brands, Peter Millar, RLX, Travis Matthew, and B. Draddy should be good sellers. We're also coming out of the wintertime. So golf polos have a lower sell-through rate during the wintertime because people aren't buying short sleeves as much, but that picks up right about this time of year. So I would never list it for me then. I never list it for me then. Yeah, maybe I'm not understanding something, Jay Blackburn. I'm sorry. I sold a $100 item to a buyer with no feedback. Do you ever worry about that? Never. I don't even look at it. If anything that I sold today was to a buyer with zero feedback, I have no clue. I just don't pay attention to it. I've never had an issue like that. It's just as likely that I have an issue with somebody with 3,924 feedback score as I will with somebody with zero. I just don't even look at it. I just don't pay any attention to it. I would recommend that you don't either, but you do what you want. Trying to figure out if I need a cross lister before. Autoposher says they are starting beta testing for the cross lister tomorrow. Not sure how long that process takes. Yeah, I mean, if it goes well, Andrew, that process can take weeks. If it goes like most of the time it goes, it could be like a month to 2 months when you're talking about releases of new, like big new releases of new features on apps. It could also be 6 months if things don't really go very well. So you just don't know. If I had to guess, I would say that they'll probably release it sometime in the next month to two after releasing the beta test. But that's assuming it goes reasonably well. Hey, love to resell. Appreciate that. Thank you. You know, I'm a big fan of these Wranglers. If you don't know, now you know. Chris sold to me on TikTok shop with no feedback. Chris sold to me on TikTok shop with no feedback. Thank you, Andrew. Yeah, I just don't look at, I mean, when I'm looking at sellers, I'll look at feedback, but when I'm looking at, I just don't even look at the buyer's screen name. Where would I even look for that? Like, I'm not being facetious here. I just literally don't look at the buyer's. Oh, I guess I can see it right there on the sale. It's right there. I just never look at it. So the Façonnable shirt that I sold, the buyer has 16 feedback. I'll look at some of these paid in ships. Maybe I've had some 0 feedbacks this week. I literally don't look. Here's someone with 7. I shipped a Cool Bar shirt today to somebody with 7 feedback. 22. There's one with 6. There's one with 1, but that's actually probably my feedback now. Let me look. Because I do instant feedback. Yeah, so that's, yeah, I did have a 0 feedback person. They have 1 now because it was my feedback that gave them their 1. Thank you so much for the corns and the ice cream cones. AZ is in the house. I tried looking up One Shop, but there is scant information on the site, just a bunch of buttons. They say sign up for a free trial. That's what I did. I just signed up for the free trial. Yeah. And I think there's a link. I think, Andrew, if you're like serious to get going, One Shop, there's a link in my profile. I think you get $10 off your first month after the trial's over if you use that link. And the Vendu link, I think, gets you 25% off your first month if you use that one. And again, they both have free trials. Vendu is the better of the products, I think, but One Shop is the better fit for my business right now. Hey, Bree, how are you? 0 feedback buyers probably found you via Google, so be thankful your stuff is showing up on Google. Yeah, it's a great point. More than likely that the person didn't sign up for eBay this morning and go shopping. As Trisha said, they probably found your item. Like if you Google, you know, we can probably find some of my shirts right now. If I went like Ralph Lauren XL shirt, if I search Google for it and I go into the Google shopping, you know, there's going to be results for Ralph Lauren Belk. And then the 4th result here. So it's Belk, Charles Curate, which is strange. Another Belk, and then eBay is the 4th result. So people are just finding stuff by searching Google. Here's a Poshmark one. Here's an Amazon one. Here's another eBay one. And this is just all my results just through eBay. And that's what eBay and Poshmark pay to have their items, like they pay sponsorship money to have their items show up in these searches for Google. So that's part of the game that eBay and Poshmark. So when people say like, I'm going to build my own website and I don't want to pay these dang fees, it's like, well, good luck, but you're also going to have to pay to get items featured if you want them to show up on Google and stuff like that too. So you're going to have to do your own marketing. eBay and Poshmark's doing that for you. I'm good, no rain. Yay. I'm glad to read. That's awesome. You deserve that. Thank you for understanding. I was trying to, okay, cool. Jay Blackburn. Yeah, you just got to, with golf polos right now, you can't take your sales data from the last 3 months. If you listed something 3 months ago and you're like, it hasn't sold, why haven't my great golf polos sold? Well, that's tough because it's literally off season for golf polos. Do golf polos sell in the winter? Yes. Is the sell-through rate lower? Yes. Are you probably going to have to discount yours to get yours to be the ones that actually sell through in the wintertime? Probably. But if you have really awesome in-demand golf polos from brands that people are really looking for, like G4 or William and Murray, like those brands that don't have as much supply and are really in demand right now, those are going to sell year round, but even those will get better in the springtime. So yeah, golf polo season, I've been selling a ton of golf polos the last few weeks. It is really Rollback. There's another one. Yep. If you have those, they're going to sell year round with a strong sell-through rate. But if you're sitting on a lot of Peter Millar Summer Comfort, which is a great brand and model to pick up, if you're sitting on a lot of those in the wintertime, there's a lot of supply of that. So if you're going to move yours in the wintertime, you're either going to have a big size with a rare pattern, or you're probably going to discount it because somebody else is discounting. G4 is a new one. Yep, it's G/FORE, like four, like the golf four. G4, four. Like when Andrew, when you play golf, that's what you would say a lot. Four. That's the one. You got it. Thank you for the follow, Rebecca. Appreciate you. What questions do you have? What sort of things are you wrestling with your business? How can I be helpful today? What can I show you? What are you struggling with? What wins are you having that you want to share with the group? I mean, we got 51 people hanging out on TikTok. We got 7 people hanging out on Facebook and YouTube, and we got 5 hanging out on Instagram. Questions, thoughts, ideas, wins. I want to hear all of it. Rebecca, what's up, Biggie? My friend from Greenville. What's up, dude? It's a bit pricey, but the efficiency of all cross-listing. All right, y'all. Thanks for hanging out. I had fun this morning. Thanks for sharing some time with Kim and I. Kim's gonna get back to listing suits and blazers. I think I'm gonna go do a little bit of thrifting. Trying to list and make sales. I love it, Biggie. Our road to 1K listings moves on. What did I say we're at? We're 983. What did I say? Yep, 983. So we got 17 more to go. We're so close. You're like, Chris, why aren't you getting there? Right now we're slogging through suits and blazers. They just take longer to list. We've also ran 2 Whatnot shows last week, right? So we've run 3 Whatnot shows also for a grand total of about 150, 160 units that we sold on Whatnot the last 8 days. So that's part of it too. We're really trying to get the suits and blazers done because that's like the stuff that we really don't want to we really don't want to list. So if we can get that stuff out of the way and then just get back to like normal listing, that would be a really good thing. We also have some shoes that I don't like listing that we have to list, and like some knickknacks. We got some stuff from garage sales. I got golf clubs, toys, electronics from last sporting goods from garage sale season last year that we got to get listed too. So we're trying to get through the painful stuff. And for us, suits, blazers, shoes, and knickknacks are the painful stuff. So we're trying to push through that stuff right now. That's why we haven't hit that 1K number. If we were just like pushing through shirts and golf polos and jeans, we would have hit that goal probably last week. My $100 sale was a win. It's a down Ralph Lauren coat that I thrifted for my teen son a few years ago. He outgrew it. Nice. I love that. So you got use out of the item, and now you get some money back for it too. That's pretty cool. Hey, Mrs. Reisner, I hope you're well. I'm 10 away from 2K. Let's go, Big E. Big E crushing it over there. I love it. Tons of Ralph Lauren button downs priced at $20 to $22 with no movement. So Ralph Lauren button downs are a really, I mean, you can look up the sell-through rate of those items. There is probably, let's do it right now. It's a good exercise. So I'm going to look, this is how I'll do a shared screen. If you're on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook, I'll share my screen so you can see this little thing. Give me 1 second. We'll get this all set up. Do a shared screen. Boom. We're going to do this eBay thing here. Nope, this one. Yep, share. Could I get a thumbs up if you can see my eBay Seller Hub on the screen and me like really small down in the corner? So we'll do like a quick little, this is for Carrie. Carrie asked a question. She's like, I got all these Ralph Lauren button downs and they're just not moving. By the way, Carrie, how long have they been sitting? What does not moving mean? Like how many days have they been listed right now? But I'm going to do a search for Ralph Lauren. I'm just going to do Ralph Lauren button down shirt. We'll just be really broad here. So search eBay. I have 150,000 of active listings right now. So I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to sort this for just pre-owned. I'm assuming based on your price points that you have pre-owned ones. You're saying 20 to 25. Thank you, Ree. Appreciate it. So so this is used. So there's 130,000 used Ralph Lauren button-down shirts. Now we're going to do a couple of things so that we can kind of get a little bit honed in here. So first, I'm going to filter this for men. I'm assuming we're talking about men's shirts. I'm going to go to men's clothing, And I'm going to go to shirts. It's kind of annoying that I have to keep hitting these things. And then I'm going to go to casual button down shirts. So this is hopefully got to get rid of like any t-shirts or golf polos or anything. So we get 100,000 results. We'll zoom in on two different sizes. I'm going to pick a size medium first, and then we're going to do a size 2XL so you can see the impact that size has on sell-through rate. So I'm going to click medium. So that gets us down to 16,000 listed Polo Ralph Lauren's right now, button downs, and their size medium. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to the bottom. So what did I say? 16,000. So I'm going to go down to the bottom and I'm going to click on this filter, which says sold items right there. And when I do that, it gets me down to 5,100 listings. So a sell-through rate, I'm going to take the 5,100 listings. Those are sold over the last 90 days. 5,100 divided by 16,000 total listings. So we're looking at a sell-through rate of 32% for medium Ralph Lauren button-down shirts. And we're just looking broadly, like we didn't sort this based on pattern or whatever. That we see the first one or material. This first sale right there is actually a really good one. It's a linen shirt with a great freaking pattern. And actually, this person undersold it. They accepted an offer at $22. A linen shirt like that, I probably wouldn't take less than $28 for that plus shipping, but also their shipping is kind of high at $7.95. But I digress. So a 32%, we'll call it a 32% sell-through rate on that, 31.8. But if we change this to size 2XL, be curious to see what the sell-through rate is. So 8,600 sales, and actually, sorry, we got to get rid of the medium on that filter. Cool, 3,600 sold. Now let's get rid of this filter for sold. So 3,600 and currently listed 8,600. So 3,600 sales in the last 90 days divided by 8,600 currently listed. So the sell-through rate jumps up to 42%, just like that. So what did we go from 32%, 31, it was actually 31.8 up to 41.8. So a 10 percentage point bump right there just by picking that bigger size. So we could, of course, filter this. We could play the same game, and you could play the same game as you do your homework and see what sells and what doesn't sell. You could sort this based on material. You could look at linen versus cotton. You could look at plaid versus striped. You could look at plain versus plaid. You could look at check versus plaid. You could start seeing like where are the best ones. And this is all you have to do. You don't have to sell like 10,000 units on eBay and Poshmark to know which of these things are going to sell better. You just got to use the same process that we're using here and looking at sell-through rate of items. You could also, we should be looking at average sale price, by the way, too. So while we're doing this, we'll go back to solds. We'll look at these 2XLs. And I'm going to just see what they actually sold for. That denim one, we won't count that because that's an outlier. And the denim ones always sell for a lot more money. But, this one sold for $6 on auction. Don't auction off your Ralph Lauren shirts. Best offer, someone took an offer off of 28. Here's a short sleeve that sold for 18, a short sleeve that sold for 19, short sleeve that sold for 18. So we can see a theme there. The short sleeves are starting to move. I don't know why this one sold for $50. It looks like a really normal one to me, used $10, $22, $16, $25. That's got a Scotty dog on it. That's a cool one. I would have sold that for more. That's underpriced in my opinion, but people like to move stuff. So that's my little, so to me, this is probably there's a higher price, $28, $22, $25, $19, $17, $25. To me, this is a low 20s market value shirt. And you decide if you want to price in the high end of market and wait a little bit longer, or the low end of the market, like 17, 18, and have it sell a little bit quicker. But that's how this all works. Price also has a big impact on your sell-through rate as well, as we sort of talked about. So that's that. I'm going to stop this screen share. There we go. Price point is very important with these garments. Yes. Yeah. So you can manipulate sell-through rate on your items. Sell-through rate is sell-through rate, period, right? So that 32% for size medium, that's the sell-through rate. But you can manipulate your own sell-through rate by pricing at the bottom of the market on that medium. So you can price it at $16, $17, $18, and your sell-through rate on your items will be higher than 32 because you are priced below the average, right? So you can have a higher average sell-through rate if you are priced below the average recent sale price. And that's how that all works. So you can play with it. So Carrie, if you wanted to move those Ralph Lauren shirts, I don't know what size they were or whatever, but if you wanted to move those shirts faster than a 32% sell-through rate, actually 32%. So a 32% sell-through rate, you're like, what does that even mean? It means 32% of the listings on eBay right now for Ralph Lauren size medium shirts, 32% of them are going to sell in the next 90 days. So you can either be part of that 32% or you cannot. I mean, that's you have a 1 in 3 chance to sell that thing in the next 90 days. That's what it means. But if you price yours below, you'll have a higher sell-through rate, which means you have better odds of selling that in the next 90 days. That's it. So Carrie, if you want to move those items in the next 90 days, what are you going to do with the price, or what are you going to do with those listings? I kind of gave that away. What are you going to do with those listings if you want to move those shirts? Find one of mine, Chris, and show everyone how attractive the photos are. This isn't like a flex city. Like, this isn't the beach, brother. What are you talking? Go to the beach. Take off your shirt if you want to flex, Andrew. I'm proud of you, though. I'm glad your photos are really good. I was thinking about that yesterday. Don't ask me why. I was watching some of your videos, Andrew, and I was like, I can tell that Andrew's learning over there. And I can tell that he's taking his business really seriously. And I'm proud of him. I think he's crushing it. So I was honestly thinking that. I was watching some of your videos. You're welcome, Carrie. K-Rock. But Andrew, you're doing great. You really are. I can tell. Appreciate you, Andrew. I don't care what K-Rock says about you. I appreciate you. All right, I'm gonna jump off for the day. I want to do some thrifting. I like hanging out with you, but I actually want to do some thrifting. So let's hang out tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. I don't know what time I'll pop on at some point. Maybe I'll pop on later if I get a decent thrift haul, or if I'm in the mood for it, or I don't know. I don't know what's gonna go on, but I'll see you soon. If you haven't hit that follow button, or the subscribe button, or the thumbs up and all that. And if you have questions, by the way, if you're watching this on recording, drop those questions. I'll answer those questions too. I get back to all those. And if I missed one of those questions, I did it on accident. So just ping me or something.